champion. Higher, faster, further, stronger. Bigger, better, deeper, longer.
Excellent work. From UB40, Daps on the Map, and Gilly G to Birmingham rappers. What a team. That is the official anthem for the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, and the opening ceremony is a week away, and Richie cannot wait to carry the baton. Coming up, the quiz. Josh Widdicombe. This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker, and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 8 o'clock on Thursday, the 21st of July. Good morning, this is Tina Dahealy. Both Rishi Sunak and Liz Truss have insisted they are best placed to manage the economy as they seek the backing of Conservative Party members to become the next Prime Minister. Deals covering meals out and trips to the theatre are being promoted to help families with the cost of living, and England are through to the semi-finals of the Women's Euros. The two candidates left in the contest for Boris Johnson's successor, Rishi Sunak and Liz Truss, are turning their focus to members of the Conservative Party, whose votes will decide which one of them will become Prime Minister. Both have written newspaper articles setting out their approach. In the Daily Mail, Miss Truss pledges to hold an emergency budget to reduce taxes. Mr Sunak, in his article in the Daily Telegraph, says he'll implement radical Thatcherite reforms to stimulate economic growth. Our political correspondent Ian Watson says at the moment, Mr Sunak is seen as the underdog.
The ballot papers go out the first week in August, so Rishi Sunak has got a very narrow window to try and turn this around. So how's he going to do it? Well, we know policy differences. He's saying sound money, get inflation under control, tax cuts later. She's saying tax cuts up front now. So I think that's why this morning he's trying to broaden the policy debate. For example, writing the Telegraph, he's stressing that he would govern as a Thatcherite, and he's throwing some red meat to the True Blue membership, saying he wants tougher control, not just of illegal, but of legal immigration as well.
A range of deals is being promoted by the government to help people with rising prices over the summer holidays. Companies involved in the Help for Households campaign include Asda, Morrisons and Vodafone. Here's our political correspondent Ione Wells.
The first round of deals secured by the cost of living czar David Buttress come into force over the summer holidays. They include some supermarkets offering free or discounted meals for children in their cafes, London theatres giving children a free ticket to a West End show in August, and discounted mobile phone contracts from some providers. The government is not compensating businesses that provide discounts. This led to some criticism when the campaign was first announced. Kate Nichols, the chief executive of UK Hospitality, said bars, hotels and restaurants were also facing colossal input costs that made price reductions difficult.
Surging inflation has led interest payments on UK government debt to hit the highest amount on record in June. The payments for last month were £19.4 billion. That pushed government borrowing for the month to nearly £23 billion, the second highest June level on record. British doctors say a transformational therapy has, in effect, cured people with the bleeding disorder haemophilia B. The treatment corrects a genetic defect that leaves people's blood struggling to clot. The medical team says the majority of adults with the condition could be cured in the next 3 years. A survey for the media regulator Ofcom suggests that teenagers are turning away from traditional news channels in favour of social media platforms. 1,000 people between the ages of 12 and 15 were asked about their news consumption habits. Instagram was the first choice, as Ian McRae from Ofcom explains.
So the three most popular services used by teenagers for news were Instagram, YouTube and TikTok. For the first time, these online services were more widely used for news than BBC television channels. Just 5 years ago, 45% of teenagers said that they used these BBC TV channels for news. That's now fallen to 25%. And the top three services, Instagram, YouTube and TikTok, all used by about 3 in 10 teenagers.
The director of the CIA, William Burns, says there's no intelligence that Vladimir Putin is unstable or in bad health. There has been unconfirmed speculation that the Russian president, who turns 70 this year, may be suffering from ill health. But Mr Burns says there's no evidence to suggest this, joking that Mr Putin appeared too healthy. Football, and England are through to the semi-finals of the Women's European Championship following a 2-1 win against Spain in Brighton. The Lionesses were 6 minutes from being knocked out of the competition before goals from Ella Toone and Georgia Stanway helped see the hosts through in extra time. England will face Sweden or Belgium next. Stanway says their achievement has yet to sink in.
It's quite surreal. It kind of feels a little bit fake at the minute. Got about 140 WhatsApps unopened, people coming out the woodwork. But no, we're just buzzing. We're just going to enjoy this. I think we massively deserved it out there.
Today's weather, a mix of sunny spells and cloud with outbreaks of light rain, although it will be dry for many. Northern and western areas will have longer spells of sunshine. Top temperatures 25 Celsius in London, 24 in Cardiff, 21 in